Alright, let's get into my diet. Let's get into your diet. How have you been eating? How have you been eating? What have you been putting into your body? Let's talk about it. There's only certain things in this world, in this life, that you have imperial control over, meaning absolute control over. And what you ingest is one of them. Nobody ties you down and force feeds you anything. At least, I hope not. I hope you're not in that situation, but nobody forces unhealthy choices with regards to what they ingest, what they put into their temple on anyone. The gatekeeper to that situation is you. The gatekeeper to what you ingest is you. You are the gatekeeper. So let's talk about you as the gatekeeper to what you put into your temple. How disciplined are you? If you are the gatekeeper of your temple, I would assume that job, one of the number one requirements would consist of discipline. That is, if you consider your temple, a holy place, a place of value. I would assume you as the gatekeeper with self-value would be disciplined. I'm sure that would be a requirement. So let's talk about your discipline with regards to things you ingest. Where is it? Is it fluttering? Is it here 1 second, there the other second, and then gone at the third? Which one is it? I have a hard time gathering empathy for anybody that's overweight without a medical condition. I understand the struggles on a day-to-day basis that people have with temptations. Not just temptations with food, but temptations of any sort that is harmful to oneself, your temple. I understand those wholesomely, but that does not break my will because of the standard that I hold myself to. You see, I understand my body's a temple. I understand my worth and my value. So I wear it. You can see it in my physique, in the way I carry myself, with my head held high and my shoulders back and my chest up. How do you carry yourself? Do you have this same amount of value and self-worth? Because your body tells me. It tells me you as the gatekeeper of your temple need to be on your job, protecting what you deem holy, protecting what you deem of value. You cannot slip. You cannot sleep on the job. You cannot fumble the football. You cannot pass interceptions. You have to be on your job. There is nobody else for the job of taking care of what is holiest, which should be you. There's nobody else on the job. I mean, you can contract somebody else to try to hold you accountable, but at the end of the day, it is you who should carry the value, the self-worth to dictate what goes into your mouth and what does not go into your mouth. So I have a hard time being empathetic to anybody without a medical condition with regards to them being overweight. You see, I want everybody to be fit. And when I say that, I don't just mean I want everybody to be chiseled, ripped, muscular. No, I want everybody to be fit means I want everybody to value their self. I want everybody to value their temple. That's what I want for everybody. I want everybody to prioritize their temple. I want to see that you love yourself to the point where temptation does not make you crack. I don't care if you're folding to temptation with eating something that's unhealthy and you're folding to temptation with harming another individual. To me, it's the same thing. Temptation is temptation. So I don't draw judgments between the two. What I do see is somebody who doesn't value themselves to a higher standard. When I see these kind of behaviors, I see a lack of priority and I see a lack of self-love. I see a lack of self-worth. I see somebody sleeping at the entrance. You are the gatekeeper. Your body is under your watch. Your temple is under your watch. You have to look at these temptations as entities in their self. Ask yourself why when you have these temptations. What's triggering it? Ask yourself why you want to give in and address those answers, unravel them, and you'll see for yourself what you're made out of. When I get tempted, I go through a process. I acknowledge the temptation and I ask myself why. The diet that I've been on, is it causing these cravings? Is my body going into starvation mode? So it wants empty calories? I ask myself these things. Am I really hungry or am I just bored? If I ingest this sugary drink, or if I ingest this slice of pizza, how much sooner after I eat this am I gonna start feeling some type of way about myself? And then who's to blame? You see, people die a bit every day. You don't have to die in the complete sense of totality to lack life, but you can die emotionally bit by bit every day. And you see, when you fold on something you're trying to get after, when you give up even an inch of something you're trying to achieve for, a bit of you dies. Then the feeling of hopelessness sinks in and you put yourself in your own grave by digging your own hole. If you're overweight, don't look out, look in. There's nothing to blame out there. What's to blame is in here. It's you. I'm gonna keep it straight. I'm not gonna beat around the bush. It's you. You've got to decide that I'm tired of feeling hopeless. You've got to decide that I'm tired of dying. I'm tired of giving up. If you're achieving for something, if you have a goal, if you've set a mark and you're the gatekeeper, your job as the gatekeeper is to be steadfast in protecting of what you're trying to get after, you cannot afford to sleep on that job. I'm sorry, you can't. You either want it or you don't want it. There's no sometimes, maybe, in between. There's none of that. You either want something or you don't want something. See, a lot of people like to act like they want something. They want something, yeah. I want this, I want that. But they just want the results. They don't want everything that leads up to it. You see, if you truly want something, then you want all the grimy stuff that leads up to it. You want everything, you want all of it. Because that's the only way it's gonna be satisfying, is if you go through the grind to get to where you wanna go. Anything that comes easy does not stay satisfying for long. When you really want something, you've got to put in the time, the dedication. You've got to put in the effort. You've got to be that person when somebody offers you your favorite sweet dish or your favorite cookie, your favorite ice cream, and you have a goal, you have to almost look forward in saying, no, I'm good. You've got to take pride in it. That's how you live. That's how you build yourself up. You see, when you fold, that's how you digress. That's how you die. You can only grow through pain and sacrifice and discomfort. You cannot attain a fitness goal to lose X amount of pounds or to gain X amount of muscle or to have this kind of look carelessly. I don't know what people expect with regards to getting to their dreams and achieving their goals. We're thinking everything's gonna be rainbows and lollipops. No, there is no rainbows and lollipops. You have to embrace the grind. It's gonna suck, good, embrace that. Because when you get to where you're going, that's what's gonna make it feel all the more wonderful. Is the fact that you embrace the suck, you embrace the challenges, you embrace the hard times and the hardships to get to your goal. And now you're standing at the top of the hill. You're the gatekeeper. What kind of fight are you putting up if you can't say no to ice cream or pizza or pop or whatever? What kind of fight are you putting up if you can't find the time to exercise? What kind of fight are you putting up if you can't quit smoking or doing drugs? These things aren't always going to be easy. These things aren't going to be easy. But then again, you said you wanted something, right? So if I could give you something, if I put my God hat on and I said, you can have anything you want on this planet, anything you want in this universe, All you gotta do is keep fighting. How much fights do you have in you before you said, meh, I think I'm good. I'm gonna settle over here. How much fights do you have in you before your attention would get distracted from you trying to attain what I said you could have, which is anything? How much fights in you do you have before you get distracted from external things? Things that shouldn't hold any relevance with you understanding that you could have anything you want. How much fights would you have? You see, me, I understand such is life. Life is what you make it. I understand. So when it comes to me trying to achieve things that I want, there is no amount of fight I don't have. There is no distraction. There's bumps in the road. There's hurdles to be hurdled. There's walls to be kicked down. There's weeds to be cut through. But I don't have a lack of fight in me. All I have is fight. You see, with that mentality, it's just a matter of time. This is what I want for you. You want a six-pack? You got abs, don't you? What kind of fight do you have to accomplish getting after that goal? Are you the gatekeeper? Are you gonna be falling asleep on the job? Is somebody force feeding you? I don't understand. Are you not the gatekeeper? Do you not hold the keys? You see, you can lose weight without exercise, just by dictating what you put into your mouth. You don't have the discipline to what you put into your temple, then you don't deserve success. But success is relative as well. So maybe what you deem as success and what I deem as success are two opposite ends of the spectrum. But everybody wants help, right? Of course you do. It's based in your instincts to survive. So what takes away from your basic instincts to survive so strongly that you would be drinking poison, eating poison, smoking poison? What takes away from you valuing yourself over all these external poisons? You see, you're lost. You're lost. The world has advertised such distractions to get you to a loathsome point where you value these other things over yourself. How much do you value yourself? When you're reaching for that pop, ask yourself that. Ask yourself that. These people who ingest these poisons are no different from the people you call drug addicts, to the people you call criminals, to the people you deem lower society. Your addiction is just different. You have a mask, take it off. Look in the mirror at yourself and ask yourself, where do I fall on my priorities? When does my health take priority? Will it be when it's too late? Most of the times that is the case, and it's sad. It's sad. Because I know everyone has it in them to be fit and to find meaning above external things in this life, the one we have, the one. But it's easy to get caught up in distractions and temptations. I'm putting my God hat on and I'm telling you, you can have anything. You know you can have anything. The fact that you were born itself shows that you can have anything. How you dictate your life, how you say no, when you say yes, all these have to do with developing the life you want for yourself. You love chocolate? I love chocolate. You love pizza? I love pizza. There's one thing I love above all, and that's this experience called life. Without balance, you're condemning yourself to destruction. And to balance, you need discipline. You gotta want to have the discipline, not just to look good or to be fit, but just to be master of your own mind, master of your own will. You don't want to be a slave to temptations. You don't want to be a slave to money. You don't want to be a slave to relationships. You want to be the master of which is you. All that is you. If you're a king, you hold your head accordingly. You act accordingly. If you're a queen, you hold your head accordingly. You act accordingly. It's time you wake up. If you're out of shape and you can't reach your goals, you've got to take priority on that. Listen, this is fighting fit fitness. You have to fight for what you want. So when you see me say no, that's a fight. Best believe I'm gonna win. When I cut time out, a busy schedule, to make sure I get my workout in, that's a fight. Best believe I'm going to win. When I'm in the grocery store and I walk past the processed foods and the sweets and only pick up what's healthy in nutrition, that's a fight. Best believe I'm going to win. We fight every day. Every day we fight. How much fights have you won? How much fights are you winning? Are you a fighter? Are you a joker? Are you a clown? Are you a faker? A poser? Someone who says they want it but they don't? You're only causing harm to yourself. See, you have to fight to come into this world, and you gotta fight to be above it. You have to fight every day, from the little fights to the biggest fights. I just hope you're fighting. Are you fighting today?